Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something that's probably on a lot of your minds, the technical interview. It's a huge hurdle, right? We're going to look at a whole new blueprint for how to prepare, one that goes way beyond just memorizing answers. So, let me just ask you, are you really ready for your next tech interview? And I mean truly ready. It's a simple question, but the answer's gotten so much more complicated. See, today's interviews aren't just about solving a puzzle on a whiteboard. They're testing how you communicate, how you think on your feet, how you apply what you know to real problems. Just knowing the theory, honestly, it's not going to cut it anymore. And that's really the heart of it. Go beyond textbooks. Rote memorization. Well, that falls apart the second a senior engineer asks you to design a huge, scalable system or debug some really messy old code. You have to understand the why behind the code, not just the what. Okay, so if the old way of studying isn't enough, what is? What does that deeper kind of preparation actually look like? Well, we're going to use a platform called SkillZora as a perfect case study. It's a really interesting example of a tool built specifically to tackle these modern interview challenges. The first thing that just jumps out at you is the sheer volume of practice you can get. We're talking over 10,000 questions. 10,000. With a question bank that massive, it's pretty hard to get caught off guard in an interview. You get exposed to a huge variety of problems and all those tricky little edge cases. And it's not just about the volume, it's the breadth. It covers over 100 different skills. And that is so crucial because, let's be real, a front-end interview is a totally different beast than a data science or a cloud engineering interview. This lets you get super specialized with your prep. But this next part might just be the most significant factor of all: accessibility. All of this entire platform is 100% free. That is a complete game changer. It just levels the playing field for anyone trying to break into tech, no matter what their financial situation is. Now, you might be thinking, okay, lots of questions, but are they any good? That's a fair question. The crucial detail here is where these questions come from. They're actually crafted by experts who are working right now at top-tier tech companies. We're talking Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta. So you're basically getting an invaluable inside look at the kinds of problems these places are actually using in their interviews today. So we get the resources, but how does the actual prep process work? Well, the whole methodology is broken down into this really simple but incredibly effective loop. The process is a super clear 3-step cycle. First, you just choose your skill. Maybe you want to focus on data structures or SQL or even AI. Then, you simulate the real deal with a timed test. This is key because it gets you used to performing under pressure. And finally, and this is the most important part, you get instant, detailed feedback to close that learning loop. It's this constant cycle of practice, pressure, and analysis. But why is that simple loop so darn effective for learning? Well, it all comes down to 3 core principles, both psychological and educational, that really drive improvement. The first principle is all about studying smarter, not just harder. Instead of guessing what to work on, the analytics pinpoint your exact weak spots. So if you're amazing at arrays, but you kind of struggle with trees, you can focus your limited study time where it's going to have the biggest impact. The second principle tackles the mental game of interviewing: confidence. By giving you unlimited attempts, it takes away that fear of failure. You can practice until a concept becomes second nature. And that is how you build that unshakable confidence you need to walk in and perform your best when it counts. And finally, maybe the most important principle of all. It's not just about getting the right answer, it's about understanding why it's the right answer. Every single question comes with a detailed, expert-written explanation. This is what moves you from just memorizing something to truly understanding the concept at its core. So when you combine all these things, the expert content, the focused process, and a learning method that actually works, you get a really clear roadmap. It's a system designed to build the specific skills and the confidence you need to succeed. And this whole approach is so effective because it's laser-focused on what the industry actually wants right now. It covers everything from foundational languages like Java and Python, all the way up to high-level thinking for system design and AI roles. The focus is always on real-world relevance. And this brings us right back to where we started. Nailing a tech interview today isn't a test of memory, it's a demonstration of your skill. The key takeaway here is that strategic, focused practice on relevant problems, that's what separates a candidate who is just studying from one who is truly prepared to succeed.